It's time once again for our winter giveaway. This giveaway is very simple to enter. Be a patron. So the easiest way to enter is go to patreon.com/comicsfunprofit. Become a patron at any level at our Patreon site, and you can do it that way. You can also enter by going to Threadless and buying some merch and tagging us in a photo of you in said merch. So if you like one of our t-shirts or hats or whatever, and you go to comicsfunprofit.threadless.com and find all our merch and like some of it, buy it, wear it. You can either tag us in social with you wearing it, or send us a photo of you wearing it, and you're entered. So those are the two ways: be a patron and buy merch, and then you get entered in our winter giveaway, which is fun swag giveaways of photos and stickers and signed comics, just like our fall giveaway was. And we had 5 lucky winners win stuff in our fall giveaway. So we're hoping to have as many entrants this time that we can give away that many again. So be a patron, buy merch, enter the winter giveaway. Check out beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit for all the C4FAP links you could ever need, all in one place. You can provide feedback, listen, support, share, enjoy these. We have our Patreon there. You can buy us a beer or a coffee. You can check out our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks. Check out our YouTube page. You can email us. You can listen to our podcasts on Patreon, if you're a subscriber, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on Podbean. We have Google Podcasts on there. We have an Amazon wish list. You want to buy Kyle and I something? Fine. You can do that here. We appreciate it. We have Kyle's RPG podcast listed on there, so you can check out his Dork Day Afternoon offerings. We have Cowabunga links, so you can check out the Cowabunga Deep Discount FOC and pre-order list. Get on that. That's RLCS, so you can check that out as well. And we want to just give you opportunities to say hi, to check out what we're doing, support us if you would like, or just listen. Check out beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit for all the C4FAP links you could ever need. Thanks. Back to the show.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle Andrew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 874 for comics releasing January number 2 and January number 3. But before you get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this first release week of 2024. Boy, that's going to take some getting used to saying.
Yes,
Drew, what else do you got for me in the world of comics?
Man, thank God I don't write checks anymore. I don't have. I've moved into paperless bill paying and stuff, so I don't have to worry about writing 2023 on my checks for the next month and a half. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Yeah, it's a new year, and say goodbye to 2023. 2024 is going to be, I don't know, probably just as shitty. So
new year, new you, Drew. New year, new you. Come on,
yeah,
man.
New year, new me. Let's hope it's glorious. We'll see how it goes. Based on last week's, not quite last year's yet, best Christmas ever episode. John Abel sent this in saying, my favorite gift as a kid was this Tabletop Tommy arcade pinball game. Ooh. I was about 9 years old and really into pinball. Our family were out of town staying at my grandparents' house over Christmas. I'd asked Santa to bring me a pinball game, which in the back of my mind I knew would never happen. I didn't even know. I never knew tabletop games even existed. I'd only ever seen them in the arcade. So I woke up early at 6 a.m. before the rest of the family, saw this under the tree, and I could not resist. My family woke up to the sounds of Christmas morning pinball.
Yes.
I kind of remember what those are. Like, they laid flat on the table with like a little incline to them, so it was kind of like a pinball game, but it didn't have the legs, right? Mm-hmm. So it kind of sat on a table. That would have been a cool gift. That would have been a very cool gift. He said, it's true, I remember my adult gifts way less. funny how it is. I guess adults just buy things they really want for themselves and lose the anticipation. I think I got the best gift I got as an adult was a big goose down parka in my early 20s. I was too cool for real winter gear, so I stuck to running shoes and thin jackets no matter what the weather. My dad got me a warm parka anyway, and decades later I still wear it on really cold days. So thanks, Dad. Merry Christmas, everyone. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
That's very awesome. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, he could think of something as an adult. I was struggling. The good folks at Comic-Con also did a little year-end.
I thought you were going to say they're also struggling.
They're also struggling. But they did some stuff on like the average price, right? So how Marvel's average price from 2020 to now has gone from 407 to 437 to 431 to this year it's at 458.
Oh, big old jump.
Yeah, so it took a big old jump. So that's where Marvel is. DC went from 430 to 477 to 471 and is now at 480. So it's much higher than Marvel. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I would not either.
Image.
Wait, one more time. Give me that one more time because that doesn't make sense in my brain.
Marvel is at 458 now.
Yeah.
As their average price. And DC is at 480.
I wonder if that's just because of card stock or that's so weird.
It takes into account all versions, foil editions not included, it says.
And their Black Series and stuff. Interesting, because like if you'd ask me blindly, I'd say, Marvel's $1 more. Yeah, exactly.
I would have guessed. Now, if you were to guess on Image, would you think it'd be higher or lower than those two?
Well, we've got the Kirkman books and the Spawns sticking around at the $3 range. So we've got a few
Saga.
And Saga, things like that. So I'm gonna say it's under the 350 mark.
Yeah, and it actually dropped from years past. So it went from 413 in 2020 to 434 in 2021, back down to 412 in 2022, and is at 413 in 2023. So it's flat from 2020 to 2023. It's the same price. So $4.13. So I guess because of all the Spawns, there's a lot of $3 Spawns.
The Kirkman's, Savage Dragon?
Maybe Savage Dragon, yeah. So that's the big three. What do you think about if you take everybody else? What do you think their prices are?
You're getting a lot of random $8 books. So I'm going to say they're over $4.
Yeah. Well, the other two were over $4. So we had 458, 480, and 413.
Yeah, I'm going to say over 480 is what I'm going to say.
You're going to say over 480. Okay. So back in 2020, the average of all cover prices for non-big three, that's everybody else, was 461. Then it went to 464. Then in 2022, it jumped to 514. And then in 2023, it jumped again to $5.32. So the back half and the mid tier are driving the price way up.
Which, I mean, those independents I get it. It's tough.
They can't afford to keep the line at $3.99.
Yeah.
So overall, if you take all those publishers and smush them all together and you average it all, the prices have gone from 440 to 458 to 479 to 494. So overall, the average comic price is almost $5. It's $4.94, which we kind of guessed at this point, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because there's an awful lot of $4.99 comics. But still, still the most common price point is still $3.99.
Yep.
So it hasn't gone away quite yet, but it is inching up. So that was an interesting little study that Comic-Con did. Since they can't give us any like decent sales numbers anymore, at least they're doing something every once in a while to be relevant. So we appreciate that.
Strong work.
Let's slide over now and take a look at cover prices. Not cover prices, CBSI's. CBSI's top 10.
The Hot 10 list. This is, of course, the Hot 10 for December 29th, 2023. And they're going to start where we've started a few different times in the last few weeks. The hottest independent book on the market, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Still.
Number 1. Yeah.
Wow.
And the cover A is, of course, The Bee's Knees. On the list yet again with another 60-plus sales in the past week. Interest appears to have surged as prices have skyrocketed up from $20 to $30 for cover day last week to highs of $100 this week. This has had steady sales of over 70 over the last few days. Can't help but leave this on the top again as we close out 2023. Who would have guessed this one would be a strong seller as it has been the last few weeks?
Not me.
Yeah. I mean, I love that cover.
I love that it is. I love that it's this and it's not some NYCC foil variant BS.
Mm-hmm.
So
and this is
it's a real comic.
This is the thing. This is the drug in the veins that keeps us going, Drew. The $3 independent book that hits $100. That's what we love more than anything.
Yeah, it's good for them.
Yeah. At rank 2, we have Uncanny X-Men 221. Another return on the list in the past 7 days. Have seen another surge in sales with about another 60, up from just 40 sales the week before. Excitement for X-Men 97 continues to grow. And I think there's your first morph and a few other things in this one. Raws are mostly between $40 and $60, but a high of almost $130 for a high-grade copy. CGC 9.0, it's about $300.
Very cool.
At rank 3, we have Superman number 9, the 1 in 25 Nathan Zardy cover. Nearly 30 sales this week. Prices are climbing from last week's high of $50 to a consistent $70 to $75. We love triple ratio for the last few days. I'm surprised the momentum carried on this one to increase in not only volume, but an increase on price as well. It is a beautiful cover. Speaking of beautiful colors, we have Green Arrow number 7, the 1 in 25, Jay Encelado. I gotta zoom in. There we go. Anacleto. Encelado? I'm just trying to pronounce his name right.
Anacleto?
Yeah, trying to give him his flowers. I apologize. I'm going to have to watch something and find out how to say that. About 10 sales this week, as this 1 in 25 quickly rose from ratio to just under $50 a couple of days on the market. It's pretty sweet. Jay Anacleto. That's definitely not
getting worse.
But beyond that, I'm not sure what we would keep this relevant for the long term. At rank 5, we have Duke number 1, the 1 in 250. Drew, I will say that again, 1 in 250.
Wow.
Only 3 sales, but for a high ratio incentive such as this, it is not something to ignore, especially when those sales were for between $300 and $400. The other ratios for this are also moving very, very well, especially the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 100 foil. But those are all under ratio, whereas this is a decent premium considering the buy-in cost.
Wow.
At rank 6, we have Batman 609, written by Jeff Loeb and art by Jim Lee. This is an oldie but a goodie. Over 20 sales the last week following rumors of Hush being the baddie again in Batman 2. James Gunn has already shot down all recent Batman sequel rumors, but that doesn't stop any early rushers from jumping into the first mention of the rumors again we're hearing this week. Raws jumped from 20 to 60 pretty quickly, and 9.8's around $200. We'll see if things slow down now that Gunn put the kibosh on these rumors. At rank 7, Daredevil number 9, David Mack on art and cover. Over 20 sales this past week as excitement is starting to build as we near the release of the Disney Plus series, dropping in less than 2 weeks. Most people I speak to are actually looking forward to this series. Not sure what that means for the longevity of Echo as a character, but for now, prices are ticking up to $60 to $70. And that is consistent for raw prices. where they were only $50 before. And while down from the all-time high in 2021, a newsstand 9.8 at a best offer taken for $575.
So is Echo starting in a couple of weeks, or is
Yes.
the new Daredevil coming in a couple of weeks?
Echo. Yeah.
Echo. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know. You excited about that?
I will give it a watch.
Are you gonna let it stack up and binge, or are you gonna watch it as it comes out?
I believe I've been cut off from Hulu from people, and I'm in the middle of anime cycle, so I may watch current because I'm actually running low on things to watch.
Oh, okay, there you go.
At rank 8, I have a couple of this book, all new Wolverine #1. Our boy Tom Taylor writing this one. Around 20 sales the last week, with most around $20. Some outlier sales of more than 50 seem very strange, considering a pair of CGC 9.8s and one CBCSI sold for around 70 at the 9.8 level. Could be related to Laura Kinney's Deadpool 3 rumors and or the upcoming Wolverine Core series. At rank 9, we have Animal Pound #1, the one per store, Scotty Young. Over 20 sales this past week for this virgin Scotty Young. This seems par for the course for these one per stores lately. This is a cheaper option than the black and white 1 in 100 incentive that was on the list last week. At rank 10, we have Daredevil #7, the old Stan Lee Wally Wood book. Apart from some snips from the recent Echo footage where it seems old Hornhead is going back to his red suit, I'm not sure why volume has jumped on this classic issue featuring the first appearance of the red suit, but I can't ignore over a dozen sales this week, where there were only a pair of sales the week prior.
So it went from yellow to red.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
You should know that. You're a Daredevil guy.
I didn't know the number. No, I didn't. I didn't know that. No, I never considered that a key either. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell you the Nightwing where he went from disco to regular. I should probably know that.
I don't know that either.
Actually, I think it's that Nightwing #1 where he started his own series, but that's okay. And notable sales, we have Black Widow #1, the photo variant with good old ScarJo on the cover. Barely an all-time high, but nevertheless an all-time high. Back in June, this sold for a high of $1,000, and just this week it accepted best offer for $1,050 on an $18 asking price, and that sets a new mark. Also a decent jump from the $600 sales that were in the beginning of December.
I wonder what the deal is there. Why the heat?
Everybody loves ScarJo,
I guess.
And the other one, Teen Titans #14. While this is the first appearance of Gargoyle, I do not think that is the reason behind this $20,400 sale. One of only 2 CGC 9.8s for this book is probably the main reason behind the gigantic sale of a classic Nick Cardy cover.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Old comic for 9.8.
There you go. We were singing Image's praises earlier, Drew. Now let's head on over to their catalog for March and see if we think that March is going to have good things for our good friends at Image Comics.
Image has the lowest average price of any publisher.
That's right. That was what I was saying, essentially.
Don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
They should stick that on the front of these books.
Our lowest average price, but best value.
FYI, good guy Image. And the first book we're going to talk about is Feral #1 from the creators of Stray Dogs, a new horror series. We got some cute little kitty cats on the front. I like it.
And they're
very neat.
They're fighting rabid beasts.
Yes, meet Elsie, Lord Fluffy Britches, and Patch, 3 indoor cats lost in the not-so-great outdoors during a nightmarish rabies outbreak. Without their humans to protect them, the cats rush to find their way home before they're eaten by the forest full of rabid beasts on their tails. Don't get bit, don't get scratched, don't become feral.
Lord Fluffy Britches, isn't that what the wife calls you in the bedroom?
It sure is. I've got a name tag somewhere.
One and the same.
And the art is just,
it's fleecy.
We are fleeks, and we are right for a series.
Yeah, it's great.
And I like what he's doing on this splash page here. I am a big fan.
I'm sorry, it's Trish Forstner, the art. She's the one that did the Stray Dogs. So yeah, it's the same art style, so it's really great.
Yeah, very well done. And we've got covers A, we got a B, we got a D, we got an F, we got a C, we got an E, we got a G, all the way up to 1 in 100.
Yeah.
I think the F cover, if I'm not mistaken, one of these is like I don't know if that's a Cujo cover, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things out.
Oh, yeah. It looks really good. I'm just enchanted by the interior art pages and really strong work. And I mean, I loved Stray Dogs, so this is 100% going to be on my pull list.
There we go. Other things that we like are dystopian comics and ongoing comics that aren't limited to like 3 or 4 issues. So that's where we have The Last Mermaid by Derek Kirk Kim on the story art and cover. A lone mermaid roams an endless wasteland on a quest beyond reason. To press ever onward, she must survive the interminable stretches between tiny pockets of water, roaming bands of cybernetic cannibals and fearsome mutant beasts. What propels her forward to take such a risk?
So there's not a lot of water. And she's a mermaid, so she's in like a little mech suit.
Yeah, she's
moisturized or whatever.
Yeah. She's in a mech with a water bubble, and she is going from place to place. Okay, you got me with the first given page. That's awesome. The Golden Gate Bridge, dystopia.
Yeah,
this looks great.
Axolotl.
And an axolotl. Oh, I have to buy this. I will be killed if I don't purchase this.
What does your 10-year-old really need to know post-apocalyptic?
I mean, if we're going to catch her in comics, this is the way to do it.
There's an axolotl in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that looks just like Archie. Wow. Our axolotl from upstairs.
That's crazy.
That is dope. And the third book here, we have Rick Remender writing this one, Drew.
Oh, wow.
Napalm Lullaby, #1, another dystopian and action adventure. But, Drew, we also have superheroes.
Oh, damn it.
The best-selling creative duo of Rick Remender and Ben Gall re-team for Napalm Lullaby, an all-new ongoing dystopian epic with a special double-length first issue. I love double-length first issues, Drew. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. A chill. I can't read today, Drew.
You're having trouble, man. You're struggling.
I'm having issues. A child with unimaginable powers is raised to believe that he is God by a cult of zealots, utterly confident in the moral authority of their religion. The magnificent leader has imposed his will on humanity and created the ultimate theocracy. Join them or be cast out to suffer with the masses.
My daughter was raised to believe she is God, at least in her mind. Also, this is okay. So these guys did Death or Glory, right?
Yeah, and we have no favorite. We have no words through in our. This is another one where they're either not telling us what they're saying, or this is another silent book.
They haven't hired a letter quite yet.
Yeah.
So, or we're going to do a lot of sparse storytelling.
A lot of pizza dogging.
Not a fan.
We gushed over our good friend Todd McFarlane and his Spawn series, keeping our prices down. Another $2.99 book is we have Sam and Twitch Case Files #1. Your fan favorite detectives are back on with a new ongoing series, Sam and Twitch Case Files, from the world of Spawn. Acclaimed creator Todd McFarlane and artist Simon Kudransky bring you a tale of murder, intrigue, and deception in this noir crime drama. We have crime noir, Drew.
Yeah, and no dialogue here either. No lettering.
So I'm guessing we just aren't putting.
There
can't be this many silent books.
We're not two months ahead, I guess, on some of these. Under York is Sylvain Runberg and Mirka Andolfa doing interior art and the cover. This is an action adventure fantasy occult superhero book. $3.99, 32 pages. New York's destiny is written in its depth. Allison Walker is a promising young painter. She has a secret. She's also a witch. Of course, there's got to be some supernatural in it. Jesus.
Like
God.
you do.
Like you do. You can't just, you had a little painter story, but you had to make her a witch.
And they are giving us 35% of this book in previews.
There's a lot of pages there. It's good art. It doesn't really look like Mirka Andolfo to me. So, but it's really solid. She's doing a great job.
You know what looks exactly like Tim Seeley?
What?
This next thing, Local Man, Bad Girls, one shot. That is Tim Seeley art right there. If I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Oh, we get a new Astro City Metro book as well. Kurt Busiek. I'm gonna do
Alex
volume
Ross
5.
covers, baby. Alex Ross covers.
Trade Show gets collected, or Creep Show gets collected as a trade paperback. The Descender Compendium of all 32 issues of Descender. Hackslash Deluxe, not the new reboot Hackslash, the old Tim Seeley Hackslash, Volume 4 hardcover. Invincible gets another trade, several of them, and hardcovers. Spawn and Last Man getting some trades. Rogue Sun.
Sorry, I'm gonna head to Sex Criminals. Sorry, catch me when you get there.
I'm there.
Okay. I forgot it was 1 through 30 and then issue 69, which is what the collected trade is.
Yeah.
824 pages, $50. For every 5 copies of Sex Criminals, the complete edition, stores may order a bundle of 5 book plates signed by Fraction. That's awesome.
What is a book plate?
Like a slipcover type thing? I don't know.
Is a book plate like a print of the cover? Is it like a little mini poster? I don't know what a book plate is. And Googling, I know less after I Googled what a book plate is.
Book plates are a safe way for authors to send their signature.
Okay. Interesting. So if your book plate, I mean, you're gonna get 5 copies of the trade. Mm-hmm. Probably. It's a $50 trade, so you're gonna get 5 copies of that in your store, and then you can order a bundle of 5 book plates at $3 a piece, or $3 for 5. What are you selling those book plates for, you think?
I mean, I'd say you're just using them to sell your trades.
You get one. You buy one, get one.
Yeah.
Buy a Sex Criminals trade, get a free book plate. You don't get to buy them separately. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pony up, homie.
That makes sense. Swan Song gets collected as a trade. That was such a good book. So much fun. I really liked it. Backlist Spotlight, New Year, New Talent. Stock up on these comics by up-and-comers and support a new way of creativity. It's a lot of new talent.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling it.
Is Joe Hill new talent?
No, not really. Bloody Dozen. Oh, this was a fun discovery, man. I remember when we first saw that first issue on one of our sneak peeks. We're like, oh, this must have existed before, as something. So I accidentally read the first issue anyway of Bloody Dozen, and it was really good. It's like a vampire jailbreak in space, basically. That's the pitch. Cool. So Charles Soule, he does high concepts pretty well. And in the back matter, he's talking about the last one, which was Hell to Pay, which was the first 6-issue miniseries about the Shrouded College. And that elevator pitch was basically collecting 666 Hell coins before they fall into the wrong hands. Basically, that's kind of like the gist there. And it was really good. So I read that whole trade before, and then I already read this first issue of Bloody Dozen. So it's fun. Charles Soule does back matter in each one with a nice essay on something that's going on. For that Hell to Pay trade or that miniseries, he actually had 666 Hell coins created.
Nice.
And you could order them. And then if you come up to him at a show, him or the other guy that did the art at that one, I don't remember who that one was. Will Sliney. Will Sliney was the guy's name. Yeah. If you come up to them at a show, present your coin, they'll pull out a 6-sided die. And if you roll a 1, you get your coin. You get a signed piece of art, either like original art page or like some kind of art commission or something, something worth well more than that coin would be worth, right? So you get a really great gift. If you roll a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5, nothing happens. You take your coin and you go home. If you roll a 6, you forfeit your coin and you go away empty-handed.
That's awesome.
So you've got to come up and you've got to gamble. You got to take the risk.
No middle of the road here, boys.
Yep. And they've had multiple people try it. They bring their coins in and roll the dice. No one's lost their coin yet, and no one's won anything either. So they've all been 2, 3, 4, 5s.
How does a boy get a coin?
And they just take their coin. Yeah, they're all gone. You can't buy them anymore on the website. So I was bummed. So all 666 are out in the wild. But maybe somebody has them at a comic shop near you.
Are they on eBay? Where's our eBay?
Oh, they might be on eBay. I never thought about that.
What do they call it again?
Hell coins. So it's from Hell to Pay, the Charles Soule Hell coins. So yeah, that would be cool. And then next time he's at a show near you, take it in there and roll the dice, man. To trade it in for freaking piece of original art. Or just keep your coin.
Or just keep it, yeah.
Or just keep the coin. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty cool little thing he did.
Yeah.
Which kind of got me psyched for the series. And he's gonna do like 6 of these. So the Shrouded College is going to be 6 or 7 miniseries. And it's already been optioned. So I think it's like, who's the guy that is always with Jonah Hill that has the stupid laugh?
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. I think his production company has already optioned it, so there's enough money that they're going to be able to finish their story, whether it sells or not. They have the money, so I thought that was kind of cool too. Fun stuff. It's cool when you stumble across cool comics like that.
Yeah. So if you pay $300 for a Hell to Pay #1 CGC 9.8, they'll throw in a coin. If you buy a raw at $180, they'll throw in a coin. Other than that, they're not being sold individually; they're being packaged with the book.
Yeah. So it used to be able to get them with just a $20 issue, but those sold out quickly.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Now we have the Cabinet, which I don't remember that first issue. Do you?
But it's only on issue 2. You haven't read it yet, I imagine.
No, I mean I don't remember but I don't remember us talking about the first one, so we might not have talked about Image last month.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Or I've forgotten because my brain doesn't work sometimes. So, but this is a mystical cabinet, which allows them to go around a remote town in search of a lost relic. Kind of interesting. David Ebeltoff and Jordan Hart doing the story with Chiari Ramondi. Not familiar with any of their work.
Cobra Commander 3 from the Energon universe.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Cobra Commander, I forgot, it's only a 5-issue series.
Yeah.
Series finale of Dark Ride.
Yeah. And that
the
font
cover D
is what?
Okay.
What is that font?
Which one?
The cover D.
That is Toy Story.
Oh, Toy Story font. Okay.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to point that one out. I was like, that is a Toy Story one right there. Duke number 4 of 5. Good looking covers there as well. Dutch, the classic Dutch by Joe Casey and Simon Gagne. Simone Gagne.
Classic. How we know it's a classic?
Well, the font is the old.
Oh, okay.
That's like old Micronauts Scott
90s style. Yeah.
Yeah. Fish Flies 5 of 7. That's Duncan Fegretto cover B is wicked but awesome.
Yeah, I remember reading the first issue and thinking this is weird, and I don't think I've ever read another one. So I need to rectify that.
Man, that's one of the better G.I. Joe covers I've ever seen is G.I. Joe 305.
Just the standard cover?
Just the standard cover.
With Cobra Commander on the front?
Yeah, Cobra Commander just marching. It's just very cool.
Yeah.
Good looking Gunslinger Spawn cover too. Dang.
That's Andy Kubert on the A's and the B.
Mm-hmm. Every Holy Roller cover gets weirder and weirder. And I thought the first issue was weird.
I read that first issue. It was a strange book.
Yeah. I Hate Fairyland 2022, issue 12.
Ice Cream Man. Great crash cover. Decompression in a Wreck, part 1. It's a 2-parter, which does not require reading of either part. What does that mean? What?
That is amazing.
Why is it part 1 then?
That's awesome.
And then the creepy cover B by Jeffrey Allen Love. Who hurt you, Jeffrey?
The Infernals. Kaya 16.
Oh, that's Ryan Parrott. Okay. Wes Craig, yeah, I kind of skipped that on Wes Craig. I didn't get into that one.
Sorry, Wes.
Kill
Your Darlings.
That one I'm behind on, but I'm still reading.
The penultimate issue. So it just says 7, but they're already calling it quits.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Philadelphia 35, great cover A by Jason Sean Alexander. That's awesome. King's Spawn. Love Everlasting 13 by our boy Tom King.
Yeah, it's 13 already. Into the story arc for Midlife by Buccellato and Simeon.
It's a good looking cover.
See if that comes back.
Monstrous 50.
Yeah, 50th issue of Monstrous. Who knew?
It's still only $4. If this had been Marvel, that 50th issue would have been $13.
Oh man, that would have been. Yeah, it's an anniversary issue.
Man, what is the cover D? Oh, or what? They just turn him into animals on the cover D with blind.
Yeah.
They've just anthropomorphized things. That's cute.
Your boy Kyle Higgins on Moon Man with Kid Cudi. Kid Cutie.
Superheroes, buddy, with It's Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Series finale for New Bern.
Oh, it's the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's it? It's over? Oh.
Plus the backup reaches its conclusion.
Yeah, backup's terrible. So that's fine. It can die on the vine. But New Bern is great.
Night 6. The End of No One. Kyle Higgins finishing up that.
Yeah.
That's the first item. Superheroes, Drew.
Superheroes don't work. So they don't work.
The One Hand, number 2 by Ram V. Drew. Issue 2.
who we determined does better independent work than superhero work.
Correct.
We, by being me, I've determined that.
Dystopian. This is our shit. Our Bones Dust. Issue 404.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I have this number 1 sitting there to be read, so I'm excited to check that out.
Petrolhead 5. Phantom 10 is the end of that arc.
Although this coming back, all those books I feel like those should have ended.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still going.
Really like this Scorched covers.
No Barons though, right?
No Beyond Bounds.
He does. What does he do? Gunslinger?
I think so, yeah. Six Fingers number 2. Something epic. Who is that? Is that just a random duck, or do we know that duck?
Well, they can't be using.
That's what I was saying.
Howard, right?
No.
It's another duck, I guess.
Yeah, but they've got him in a almost Darkwing Duck Batman motif there.
And that's Beverly Hills Cop, right?
I think, yep, exactly. Good pull.
I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that's a CD of some sort, and I don't know what album that's aping. Spawn 352. Bone Orchard Tenement 10. Jeff Lemire ending that series. Oh, look at that Transformers cover at the end of that arc. Wow.
The last issue, 3, I guess, was the one I just read. Dude, it was just like it was like nonstop, like a fight from like the beginning to the end, basically. And at one point, Optimus Prime, spoiler, yeah. If this is a spoiler, I don't know. He like rips his own arm off because it's just dangling there useless. So his arm is like injured. So he rips it off and then beats the hell out of Starscream with it over and over again. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So then he just goes, then he like drives off with, his other, like an arm missing. And so that's also like his door, I guess, is missing because of that. And it was pretty badass. That's pretty awesome. Badass. It's been good. It's been a good reinvention. But I guess I don't really have a lot to compare it to because I haven't read a lot of Star Wars or Transformers comics. So
yours usually not that hardcore.
It was hardcore, man. Yeah. So something's not gonna turn out well here at the end of this story arc. I got a feeling. I don't think everybody's gonna be okay.
That's what it said. It says, and someone isn't going to survive this issue.
Well, yeah, like only the Decepticons have the Energon.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know how they're going to keep going. I don't even know how the Autobots are going to keep going. And they don't have any Energon. They're all depleted. They're running on fumes. Optimus doesn't have an arm. Oh yeah, and that's issue 3. Man, we still got 3 issues to get to this one.
That's awesome. Yeah. Void Rivals number 7 starts a new story arc.
Also great.
And it continues to grow as Proximus is on the hunt. Yeah. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I read 6 already, so it's a long break between then and now. At least 2 months.
Yeah.
Off, which is kind of a bummer.
Drew, I thought you won a bet here, but no. Walking Dead 84 does have 3 covers. They're just not showing us anything with the A.
Oh, okay.
You said they would eventually stop doing multiple covers, and they haven't.
They have not. They have not. Why would they?
But they've stopped trying to sell you multiple covers.
Yeah, and there's a Annie Wu connecting variant, which we can't see it. So, we're on 85, and we go to, what do we go to? 164?
140, yeah, it's 147, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Could be 142, maybe. I don't know. I should know that. Why don't I know that?
And then I don't know about you, but my solicit ends at Weatherman Volume 3, Issue 3 of 7.
Yeah, and I can't believe this is on its third volume, and I don't really care. So
Third volume and yawn.
yeah, don't care anymore. So a lot of good stuff though. I'm pretty excited for a lot of this. So good for them. Good for them. I am hot for all these cool titles that they've got.
Very cool. All right, Drew, let's head over to coverprice.com, look at some more secondary market items, and see what is going on there.
Only a top 10.
Only a top 10. Only a top 10. And we're going to start with rank 10, Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, number 1, the Riley Rossmo New York Comic Con 2023 storybook foil. This book was a surprise hit upon release. The foil tracked 10 copies sold, $270 for CGC 9.8 and $75 for these. I'm not catching how many there were, but normally not very many of New York Comic Con stuff.
Yeah, so number 10. Okay, this is an NYC foil. Okay, so it was number 1. The regular A cover was number 1 over at CBSI, right?
Spoiler alert: we haven't got there yet. Just let it happen. At rank 9, we have Animal Pound, number 1 by Scotty Young, the Reveal Virgin 1 per store variant. $79 for raw, $53 if you're being picky. 23 copies selling online this week. Godzilla, number 1, the standard regular cover, because Godzilla is going everywhere with Godzilla -1 and all the Godzilla versus Kong movie and everything. 19 copies of these things being gobbled up as we are picking up all the American versions of Godzilla stuff. A CGC 9.8 for $482, $119 for near mints.
Yeah.
Superman at 9. This is that Nathan Zardy 1 in 25 cover. It is rare to see Silver Banshee take center stage on a comic cover. It is even rarer to see her in such an alluring illustration. It is all thanks to Nathan Zardy, who showed us the Silver Banshee in all new light. Fans love the retailer incentive so much that the resulting sales have sent her on the top 10. 28 copies selling, $50 for raw, $48 if you want to save 2. At rank 6, we have Street Fighter, Kimberly, number 1. Drew, this is your boy Ickpot.
Yeah.
So this is the Market Appreciation Edition. 18 copies sold, $60 for raw. Near mints at $48. Omega Men number 3 as we continue to chase our good boy Lobo, and we hope Jason Momoa takes over Lobo and that our boy James Gunn writes it. So that's what people are anticipating. 26 copies, $414 for CGC 9.8. Near mint raws at $67. Drew, circling back, we have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, number 2, cover A. Okay. Samantha the Serial Killing Bear has racked up a grand following after her initial issue. The series was a surprise hit, and the second issue was highly anticipated. With the first issue getting as popular as it is, fans quickly grabbed up copies of the second book before it took off in the aftermarket. This series is a hit, and readers are invested in the storyline. It wouldn't be surprising to see the series worth more than what it is currently valued farther down the line. We tracked 14 copies sold in its first week. $14 for raws, $10 if you're grabbing new mints on the secondary.
I'm gonna have to look for this. Read this digitally because man, it's really got some heat.
At rank 3, Wolverine 55, the Greg Land EC Comics homage. Deadpool 3 leaks are common occurrences. The latest leak shows the Merc with a Mouth himself holding a decapitated Sabretooth head. So that makes people track down this book. 28 copies, $316 for CGC 9.8, $23 for near mints. Uncanny X-Men 221. As fans gear up for the 90s nostalgia of X-Men 97, The news has left fans confused initially with anticipation of the animated series that will release in 2024. However, given that this comic announcement is a prequel to that series, does that mean the animated series will be dropping sometime in April? Who knows? Either way, the closer we get to the series, the more we will see this book appear in the top 10. 31 copies, Drew. $300 for CGC 9.8, near mints for 57. And Drew spoiled it for you, but at rank 1, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 1, cover A. We saw 61 copies moving on the secondary market. $150 for CGC 9.8, $80 if you want to get rid of it, grab a near mint of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
It's an IDW book too, and it's got this kind of staying power.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, Drew, let's head on over to Lunar Distributions for a sneak peek out late next week and see what is coming out in stores January 2nd.
I am really curious because we didn't really have a huge drop off the week of Christmas. So this is the week of New Year's, and we'll see how. It doesn't look like there's a drop off here either. It looks like there's all kinds of stuff coming out. So we got a new Batman 141.
Yeah. Birds of Prey. Love that cover B, that Chris Bacalo.
Kneel before Zod.
Homie is just holding on to a spinal column or something like that.
Like he does.
Cover A of Poison Ivy, Jessica Fong with a wicked pregnancy belly cover.
A Titans Beast World Tour Atlantis #1. A new Superman 78 as well for issue 3.
Heading into our January 3rd items.
So maybe it is a little thinner than normal.
Yeah.
Love Everlasting hits issue 11.
Walking Dead 80.
Ribbon Queen.
Yeah, definitely a little thin. I'm heading over to Previews World. Boom Studios.
Ghost Lore at 7. Once Upon a Time. The End of the World hits 11 of 15 now. I don't think it was always a 15. But we got a first issue. That's Pine and MERRIMAC.
Yeah.
And this is a Kyle Starks.
Yeah.
My boy Kyle Starks. Not
your boy. Yep.
My boy Kyle Starks. With Fran Gallen on art. On the corner of Pine and MERRIMAC, it sits a small, unassuming town. Just a simple place, simple people, and one horrifying secret that could change everything. After a lifetime of witnessing the worst that humanity has to offer, former homicide detective, Linnea Kent has decided to put all of that behind her. Oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
From Marvel, we, of course, have Amazing Spider-Man 252 Facsimile. We have some dope Beware the Planet of the Apes covers, including a really nice Scotty Young that I think is awesome and fun.
Now, is Beware the name of the new movie that's coming out? Beware the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure if it is. That's interesting.
Captain America #5, the Wolverine variant.
Fall of the House of X.
Yeah, that Art Germ variant is going to be.
Who is the girl in yellow there?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, actually.
How about that Inchuck Lee? Is that Jubilee?
Yes. No. Whoever has a dragon with him.
Man, I really don't know X-Men at all. Kid Venom Origins. What are we doing, Marvel? Marvel Meow? What? Cats?
It makes its Possum print debut.
Oh, my goodness. Spider-Man 2099 is back with the first issue.
Now, Marvel Meow has the Lion King cover.
Yeah.
Star Wars Darth Vader, just the logo variant for issue 42. That's kind of cool.
I wonder why.
Just couldn't find an artist.
We got this font line around. Let's just do that.
Vengeance of Moon Knight #1 Drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Including a Frank Miller. Oof.
Dynamite got nothing that interests me. Basic Instinct #2. Ooh.
I missed that. Drive Like Hell hits issue 3.
Machine Girl in Space Hell Engel.
Okay.
Not sure what an angle is, but it's Merca and Dolfo. But it's written by a man named Mats.
So she's doing the art in that?
Mm-hmm.
Interiors and everything? Okay.
No, Sergio Monjes.
Okay.
I saw her name in the heading, but I guess it was just on the cover A.
Packless Zero, which is that like space cop looking thing, right?
Mm.
Yeah, Zero. That's a Zero issue.
Mm.
Lots of manga.
Yep. Walking Dead Deluxe is all right, Drew. It's an interesting week as we start off the year. A little, we got holidays involved, so things are a little, not a giant release, but there's some good stuff in here.
It's not as it used to be like there were multiple years where that week, Christmas week, New Year's week was awful, and there was like 4 books. So we'll take this.
Yes.
But you're saying,
Drew, what is your book of the week?
Oh, it's got to be Pine and MERRIMAC, number 1 from Boom, and that's the Kyle Starks book, and it's got some detectiving going on there, so it's a little crime solving, and it's Kyle Starks for sure. That's mine.
I am going to go with Fall of the House of X, and I'm going to go with my boy Art Germ, and it is Magic. M-A-G-I-K is the character on the cover. That Magic Art Germ cover is awesome looking, and I cannot get enough of it. So that is my pick.
It is nice. Yeah. So that's the yellow-ish cover?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
she's in yellow. I don't know if the cover's yellow. All right, Drew, this is where I say thanks, everybody, for tagging along with us into 2024. We appreciate you guys always keep it on us. We love that. If you want more from Kyle and Drew, head on over to patreon.com, search Comics for Fun and Profit. Find more from us and see if we get into some grand adventures in the year 2024. So for Drew and myself,
our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.